Hello, hello, what's up to you all matriculants? Welcome to it. This is Len Extra, your favorite show. You know it is a Monday, a Triple M day. We call it a Mindsetters Maths Monday. My name is Abram and I'm with Wilson today. Wilson, how's it?
I'm doing well, and you, Abram?
I'm great,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So you also know that it is a Triple M day.
Yeah, it's Triple M Day.
Yeah, well, welcome to it, man. What are we doing?
Today, guys, I have circles and tangents, and I hope you're ready at home. You're going to try the problems with me. I mean, the principle of studying mathematics, you don't look at the problem, you try to do the problem. You take a pen and paper, you wrestle the math problem until you win. If you don't get the problem, then you wrestle and wrestle again. Okay,
So
great.
you don't look at the problem, you just close your eyes. And
No, you try. You take a pen and paper. You scribble, till
oh,
you get it.
that's the looking you're talking about.
Definitely.
Well, I hope Mindsetters you got it.
Yeah.
Well, also take a look at our Nokia mobile mathematics app, whereby if you go on it, you can challenge yourself on what we're doing today, on the circles and tangents that we're doing today. And actually, Wilson, I think will show you guys a screen grab of how the app looks like. Your code as matriculants is I2IK. I2IK. So that's how it looks like. So you can go to the grade 12.
Sure.
Click on grade 12, please, Wilson.
Grade 12 there, okay.
And
Good.
then what we're doing today,
What you're doing is analytical geometry.
yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah? Yes.
So you can click on that,
Okay.
and then you can start, you can answer the questions, and then also you're being put on a rank. There's a whole lot of other Mindsetters that are on the app or on the group. So if you answer the most questions correct, you become the leader of that group. So guys, it is a challenge to yourselves. But otherwise, chat with me on facebook.com/LenExtra. Like our page, share the page. We've got about 77,000 Mindsetters. We want to reach about 78,000 Mindsetters by the end of this week. I know you guys can do it. And 100 by the end of this year. I'm sure we can reach that, guys. So tell all your friends to like our page and to share our page. And all your classmates, tell them about this page. And because you can win this awesome Casio calculator by simply answering our test yourself questions. The links will be provided on Facebook. So is the challenge question. So Wilson, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Abram. I hope you're ready, guys. Let's see what I have today. We have circles and tangents. Okay, so what I'm going to do today, we look at the equation of this form where x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is the radius squared, defines the circle with the radius and the center. So in this case, a and b are your center of a circle if it's in the standard form, and this is your radius squared. Therefore, if that is radius squared, to find the radius, you square root that number. Okay. Then the second thing I'll be looking today is determination of the equation of a tangent to the given circle. I know from, some of you have done this section, but if you remember from grade 11, you have the circle, then a tangent. And a tangent is perpendicular to the radius. So if you have a circle, we're looking at finding the equation of a tangent to the circle. Hope you're ready. Great. Now, let's see. I have a challenge question for you guys. Let's see the challenge question quickly. The equation of the circle with the radius, which is 3 root 2 units, and this is the equation of a circle with k there. Okay, so you have a radius and the equation of a circle. Now the question is, determine the coordinates of the center of the circle. That's the first question. You have to determine the coordinates of the center of a circle. Remember, you're not going to look at the problem, you're going to try the problem. Okay, the second problem. Okay, let's see. Find the value of k. Where is the value of k? There's the value of k. Let's see, you guys. Try the problem. Okay, try. Wrestle with the problem. It doesn't mean you have to get it right, but if you have tried, it makes a difference. Okay, great. Now, awesome. Let's look at the summary. This is actually from grade 11 coordinate geometry. Remember your distance formula. I can calculate the distance from A to B, if I have the coordinates of A and B, and there's the formula, which is x1 minus x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1. Then you get the distance from A to B. Okay, so you can use that formula. The gradient of AB also, which is change in y over change in x, x2 minus x1 over x2 minus x1. You need two coordinates. Okay, what do you need? To find the distance, you need two coordinates. You use the distance formula, and the distance formula will be given in your formula sheet, end of the year exam. Also the gradient, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I mean, if you know this formula, you save lots and lots of time. You just use the formula straight away with confidence. Then we have midpoint formula also, which is, you need two coordinates to do this, which is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. You get the midpoint. Remember the midpoint formula. You can use it if and only if I have a point there and a point there. And M bisect the line implies that this side is the same as this side. Then I can use my midpoint formula. You cannot use the midpoint formula if I have a point and a point and trying to find a random point. If and only if the M, the midpoint, bisect the line. Great. Then I can use my midpoint formula. Good. Okay. Now the equation of a straight line. What about this equation of a straight line? There's the equation of a straight line. Y equals to mx plus c, where m, this m is your gradient, and c is your y-intercept, and we learned that from grade 11 maths and grade 10 maths. I hope you're confident with this. Second part. What about parallel lines? What do you know about parallel lines? If I have two parallel lines, they have the same gradient. Okay, so this lines, they're parallel. This line is parallel to that line. Therefore, the gradient of line 1, there's line 1. Okay, what am I doing? Line 1, which is that, is parallel. If it's parallel to that, therefore, the two gradient are equal. So, if the lines are parallel, they have the same gradient. Okay, great. I think I hope you remember this. What about the second part? Let's see. Let's see the second part. What about perpendicular? If I have a line which is perpendicular to the other line, if I multiply the gradients, I get -1. So this line, okay, this pen doesn't want to behave, okay. Let me see what's going on there. So this line is perpendicular to that line. Therefore, they form 90 degrees there, therefore implies gradient 1 times gradient 1, I get -1. What do I mean? Okay, you get -1. So if I have a gradient of a line which is half, then I want the gradient which is perpendicular to that. What do? You just flip numerator and denominator and change the sign. If the gradient is half, the gradient that is perpendicular to that is -2. What do? I have half, I change. Half is 2 over 1, which is 2. Then you change the sign. Great. Okay. Let's see. Then we're going to the new stuff. New metric. This is new stuff. Some of you have done this. And if you haven't done this, try this with me. So, this is a circle. Let's see. If P is a point, okay? If P is a point on the circle with center O. Center O, there's O. Our center in this case is 0, 0. It's at the origin. And the radius, which is the distance from the center to any point on the circumference. Okay. Therefore, the equation is given by that. If I have x squared plus y squared is equals to radius squared, that is the equation of a center of a circle where the origin is at 0, where the center is at the origin 0, 0. Okay, great, fantastic. Okay, this is straightforward, I think. Let's look at the second part. Okay, the second part. This is a circle where the center is not at the origin. So if P is a point, any point on the circle where M is the center. Remember, this is your X and this is your Y, okay? And the radius R. Then the equation of the circle is given by this form, where this is your center, implies A, B. I change the sign, I get the center of a circle. This same standard form is given in your formula sheet. You have x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equals to r squared, where a and b are the coordinates of the center, and radius squared is you can get the radius from that. Okay, beautiful, fantastic. Okay, so Abram, should you take a break before I pursue the problem? I can just carry on.
We can take a break.
We can take a break.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, let's
can
take a break.
eh?
Yes.
Okay.
Mindsetters, I think you deserve a break, guys. And well, chat to me on facebook.com/learnextra. And remember, you have that challenge question for you guys to do during this break. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back, awesome mindsetters. As you can see, we're having fun learning with you guys and also chatting with you guys on facebook.com/learnextra and also on Twitter. Some of you guys are following us and asking questions on Twitter. We like that, guys, and thumbs up. That's what we want. If you're doing matric, there's no more time to just wander about around, not asking any question. Guys, you have an opportunity. Use it because you're going to cry for it. When the exam comes, you're like, Ish, I wish I had asked Abraham and Wilson, but we're here for you guys. Nevertheless, we have our winner for the awesome Casio calculator competition, which is, drum roll, please. Okay, I'll do the drum roll and then you announce the winner.
Okay. Oh, Samuel Kobane.
Well done. Samuel Kobane, congratulations. This awesome Casio calculator is coming your way. If you want to be more like him, all you need to do is to answer the test yourself question. They're pretty easy, hey?
No, you just... Not really.
You just test yourself. So
Yeah.
it's the test yourself questions. The link is on Facebook, Mindsetters.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Okay, I like that, Abraham. I like that you in a track, you don't have time to walk around and so on. But what I can say, if you're really there and you think, it's really tough for you, don't give up. You try a little bit every day. I mean, how do you know you're not doing well? Keep working hard every day. I mean, it's still June, you still have lots and lots of time. And the only way you can change where you stand in terms of mathematics is by working hard. Do the sum. You don't wait for your teacher. You do the sum. You ask questions and relevant questions. I hope you're going to apply this, guys, and you push hard every day until you nail that maths paper. I know you can do it. If you're watching the show, I know you're going to do it because you know what? The spirit of mathematics is going through. There's the spirit. Great.
Can I just challenge you a bit based on what you just said? There are some mindsetters who say, I do my best. I try more than enough. I'm pushing so hard. I'll study the whole night, practice the whole night, go to study groups, but still, I just can't get over it. Math is just difficult for me, or I just cannot do it. What would you say to that person? They're doing their best. They're really trying, but at times you find that they've practiced for a certain test, but the results just come back as a fail. But yet they've tried their best.
But what I can say, if you fail while you've tried your best, that's not a failure. The only time you fail if you haven't tried your best. So you fail with honor and say, I've tried my best. I tried everything. If you come for an interview as a CEO of a company, say, you know what? I've tried my best. I couldn't do it. That makes a difference. But if you haven't tried your best, then that's a failure. But if you try your best and fail, that's not a failure. It's called a fall. You fall, and you can make it again sometimes.
I like
Simple
that.
as that.
Thank you so much for that.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Let's see, guys. Let's do some examples. Okay. The first one, guys, I'm just going to go through this. You have x minus 2. The question is determine. It's very important to read, guys. I'm not doing this correctly. To read your question, I get most students, especially in my maths class, even today, Jason Pope said, I don't understand the problem, but have you tried the problem? Try the problem first before you can ask the question. We don't even read the problem. We'll look at the sum and say, this is difficult. You know what? Try it. Try the problem before you can do it. Okay, good. And read the instruction. The question is determine the coordinates of the center and the length of the radius in each of the following. Okay. This is quick. The first one, you can see that the center is 2 and minus 3. So you change the sign for that, it's 2. If you change that, it's minus 3. So the center, you write it as a coordinate. You don't write 2 minus 3 as a coordinate, which is 2, comma, bracket, minus 3, bracket. And the radius for this is the square root of 8. The square root of 8, I think, is 2 root 2. The second one, this is a circle where the center is at the origin. What is the center for this? 0, 0 at the origin. And what about the radius? Square root of 25, which is what? 5. Great. Okay, that's the first 2 problems. Then, if I get time, I'll come back there. I'll do D. Find the center and the radius. What do? Group the x together. So you'll have x squared minus 2x, and you also group your y. Can you see there? Which is y squared minus 4y. Then move the constant. What is the constant? Minus 12. Move it that side. We get 12. So what I'm going to do now is to complete the square. Complete the square for the 2 for this. Complete the square and complete the square for that. Okay. How do we complete the square? You make sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. The coefficient of y squared is 1 before you can do that. Okay, let's see. How can I do this? So I'll write my x squared. You always divide the coefficient of x by 2. If I divide the coefficient of x by 2, I get -1. So what do? You add your minus 2x. If I divide the coefficient of x by 2, I get -1. So you add -1 squared. Very important. Most of my students, they actually write 1 there. You have to write -1 because you're looking at the coefficient of x. Okay. Then what do? You have to add this, the other side also, which is equals to 12, which is that, plus -1 squared. Then you come this side. You write this, which is y squared minus 4y. What do? Also the same thing. Divide this by 2, you get -2. Then you add plus -2 squared. Remember to add this, the other side, which is plus -2 squared. Okay, which is plus -2. Let me do this, fix this, which is plus -2 squared. Plus -2 squared. Okay, so you don't have to square this. What I do now, because what you have changed? You have changed the expression to a square expression. So you can write this as this square number. What do? This is x minus 1 squared with the sign of the middle term. Okay, what about this? This is plus y minus 2 squared equal to, then there you have 12, 1 because you square this, and 4. So you get, this is 12, 13. 13 plus 4, you get 17. So what you have done, you've taken the circle and written it in the standard form, which is bracket x minus a bracket squared plus y minus b squared equals to the radius squared. This is what you did. But the question was, what is the center of the circle and the radius of the circle? Let's look at this. Let's answer the question. So the center, I'll say C for center, which is 1 and 2, and the radius, which is equals to the square root of 17. I like, you can leave this in the set form. I hope you understand this, guys, and you try this. Okay, good. Beautiful maths. Okay, I hope you're enjoying this. Life is beautiful for maths. Okay, good. Next problem. Let's look at the next problem. Okay, the next question is, write down the equation. The equation of the circle with the center and the radius. The question is, write down the equation of a circle with the radius. There's the radius. Okay, how do we do this? Let's write the formula. What is the standard form for the equation of a circle? I know the circle is x minus a squared plus y minus b squared, which is squared y minus b bracket squared is equals to your radius squared. This will be given. Okay. What is the center? This is the a value, and this is your b value. Substitute them back. If I sub this back, I get x plus 1 squared plus y and minus 3 squared. And what? This is saying square your radius. Square your radius. Where's the radius? There I have my radius there, which is I have to square 2 root 3 squared. And I can write this down and say this is x plus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared. If you square this, what do you get? If you square this, you get 4. And if you square root, so it's just 3. Therefore, this works out to be 12. Okay, then this is the equation of the circle. Okay, great. You write the formula. What do? You substitute back our center, and we square our radius. We get our equation of the circle. Okay, let's look at the next problem. Okay, I'm loving this. Next problem. Okay, question 3. The question is, determine the equation of the circle with center M. Okay, with center M, there's a center, and a point passing through A. So there we have a center. Find the equation of this. There's the center, which is minus 1, 3, and a point that lies on the circle. Do you remember from your functions? If I have a point that lies on the graph, what do? You take the point. You can substitute the point in the standard form. The same principle apply. Okay, great. Fantastic. So let's look at the center. Let me substitute my center first. So my center, my standard form, which is x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equals to a radius squared. This is your standard form. Substitute back my center, which is 1 minus 1 and 3. I'll get, let's see, x plus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals to radius squared. Okay, this is what I get so far. But this is incomplete because I need the radius. What I did, I just took the center, substituted back into the standard form. Now you have 2 options here. You have 2 ways to do this. To find the radius. Remember, what is a radius? Is a line, okay, the distance from center to any circumference on the circle. So you can calculate the radius by simply calculating the distance from there to there. By using what? Distance formula. Okay, you can calculate the distance there because the distance there is the radius. But remember, you have to square the distance. Or what you can do, I can substitute the point that lies on the circle. This is what I'm going to do because A lies on the circle. Let's substitute x. This is x and this is y. What is x? Minus 4 plus 1 squared plus what is y? Minus 1 minus 3 squared equals to the radius squared. Okay, therefore minus 4 plus 1, I get minus 3. If I square this, I get 9. this and this, minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4, and I square this, I get 16 equals to the radius squared. And this is 25 is equals to radius squared. Do I really have to square root both sides and get the radius? What do you think? What do you think there? I mean, if I square it, you get the radius is 5. But remember the formula, you need the radius squared. I don't really have to square root and get the radius. So I can just write my answer, which is bracket x plus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared is equals to 25. This is the equation of the center given a point that lies on the circumference. Okay, great, fantastic. Let's look, what do you have? The next problem. Okay. The next problem, okay. We have a circle and a tangent and a point on the tangent. Okay, very important to read. Determine the equation of a tangent which touches the circle in the following. So this is the circle, the drawn circle there, and this point is on the tangent. So this point is somewhere on the tangent, which is 1, 1. So the question is, find the equation of a tangent. What do we know about tangent and radius? What do you know? Do you remember grade 11 geometry, tan-cot theorem, radius perpendicular to the tangent? You remember that? So radius, if I draw line from the center to the radius from the center to the tangent, therefore the radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So the question is to find the equation for this line. By looking at this, I can get the center, which is those value. I change that, which is 2 minus 3. My center is 2, negative 3. Good, that's what I need. I know that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So now calculate the gradient of the radius. So m of the radius, I can write little r to denote radius. It's change in y over change in x. So minus 3, which is that, minus 1. I get minus 1 over, you write 2 minus 1. I just use the gradient formula. Remember the gradient formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Then if I do this, I get minus 4 over 1. So this is the gradient of the radius. So what about m? T denote tangent. You can write maybe tan, and maybe here radius, red. Okay, so radius to denote radius. Just red. Okay, so because they're perpendicular, then the gradient would be 1 over 4. I just swap numerator and denominator and change the sign, because remember, if you multiply them, what you must get? Negative 1. Therefore, the equation of a tangent is y equals to mx plus c. What is m for the tangent? It's 1 over 4. Y equals to 1 over 4 x plus c. Then to find the c value, I need a point that lies on the tangent, which is what? Let's check. 1 and 1. It lies on the tangent. Substitute the point. Y is 1, x is 1, and c. Then move 1 over 4 this side. I get 1 equals to, you get 1, c 1 minus 1 over 4 equals to c. And 1 minus 1 over 4 is c is equals to 3 over 4. Therefore, the equation y is equals to 3 over 4 x plus, not 3 over 4, 1 over 4, which is my gradient, plus 3 over 4. Okay, Great, guys. Okay, this is the tangent. You have a circle, then I do what? I find the gradient of a tangent, then I know that they're perpendicular. I can use the gradient of this to find the gradient of that. Fantastic, guys. Okay, Abram, can we take a break?
Yes,
Okay.
I think it's about time.
Yes.
And just give the mindsetters last few minutes for you guys to complete the challenge question, because after the break, we'll be answering your challenge question and also some of your questions if you have some questions that you're struggling with. So we're here for you guys. See you after the break.
Great.
Welcome back, awesome mindsetters. Now I have some comments from you guys, just to check what are you guys saying on Facebook. We've got some girl with Angel Zulu who says, wow, ufundisa kahle Tisha, siyabonga. Siyabonga kakhulu. Bonga thina, samgidisiwe. And she also says, enjoying the show, please shout out my name. Okay, I just did. And hala for to all the grade 12 B at Ingwe Mabala High School, Betania. I think that is in KZN.
Huh? Okay, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so, because
Natal.
her name is Zulu. Hi, Samge, excuse me. And the other comment is from Chanel.
Oh, Chanel.
Chanel Paul saying, Wilson Sugana, wink, holla back to you, Chanel.
Great, Chanel. I hope
You
you're
must
enjoying
send a
the
shout
match.
out. You must send a shout out.
Okay, I hope you're enjoying the match, Chanel. See you tomorrow. Eh?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Last one before I give it to you, and then you give us an answer. I've got this awesome note to all the mindsetters. It's from Dineo Dili Kalakala. To all the matriculants, guys, I just want to wish you the best of luck, and remember, with God by your side, 100% is certain. The ball is in your courts. Let's do this with confidence and with standards aimed high, so that do South Africa and yourself proud. Mega love for you all. That's from Dineo Dili Kalakala. Thank you so much, Dineo, and all the best to you too.
Okay, great, fantastic. This is happening there, huh?
Yeah,
The
it is.
Facebook,
I'm having fun
This is
here.
awesome. We're connecting with people, and we're connecting with maths, Through the screen also, the math is going to pass through your brain, and you're going to do well.
Well
Okay,
said.
great. Let's see. Okay, so there I have my challenge question. Anyone with the answer for challenge question? What is the value of K, the center and the value of K? Do you
Okay,
have
I've got some answers.
any? Yeah, what do you have?
There's one that says center is 3,
Yeah,
comma minus 1, and then K is 8.
K is 8. Who's
K is
that?
8. That is I am Holy Pungula,
Holy Pongola.
and Senzo, and Moya.
Senzo got what? 8 also for K. I'm
Yes.
interested in the value of K. So it's 8, 8, 8.
Yeah, but then there's someone who got a different one.
Yeah.
Okay, they all got the value of K is 8. Okay, someone got minus 8
Minus 8.
for K.
Okay. Let's see.
That is
Sounds
Busisiwe.
like we. Statistically, it means that the K is winning. If you vote, we have 8, 8, and minus 8 and something. Let's see what we have here.
And there's 18
and
K is
18
equal to
also. So we
18.
have 18
minus 8, 8.
and 8. But we have lots and lots of 8 there. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we have. The first question is, given the equation of a circle with, this is the radius, and there's the equation of a circle, and our constant in this case is given as K. The question is, find the center of a circle. Do I really have to find the value of K before I find the center? Think about it. Do I have? I don't think so. I mean, to find the value of the center depends on, let's see there, the center depends on this and this only, not the value of K. K can be 0, it can be anything, then I can find the value of K. Okay, let's see. So to find the value of K, the center, let me write my equation down, which is x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 2y minus k. This is equals to 0. Then to find the center, remember, divide this by 2. So let me write this. This is x squared minus 6x. If I divide this by 2, I get negative 3. Negative 3 squared. Then if I divide this by 2, then for this I have y squared. Okay, I have c I have y, let me erase this, there. I have y squared, I have y squared plus 2y, divide this by 1, you get plus 1y, 1 squared. Remember the constant must be that side. You have your k. Then remember this must be added to the other side. And this is minus 3 squared, which is 9. What about 1 squared, which is 1? Okay, beautiful. Let's see. This whole thing is x minus 3 squared plus this whole thing work out to y plus 1 squared, and this side I get k plus 10. Okay, there I have my circle in the standard form. Then from here I can say with confidence that my center is what? 3 and negative 1. So the center, which is 3 minus 1, that's the center. What about the value of k? The value of k, remember that this is your radius. Let me write there. Let me write the radius. Radius, let me use a different color. We have that radius is 3 root 2. So how can I link these two? Remember, what is this value? I'm trying to work out k now. This is radius squared from your standard form. Whatever you have that side is radius squared. And this is what? Radius. How can I make the two equal? How can I make the two equal? Let me get the radius. To get the radius here squared, I square both sides. And if I square this, if I square 3, you get 9. Square root of 2, you get 2. And this is 80. Then I have radius squared, guys. Then this is radius squared, and this is radius squared. Then I can equate the two, which is now I get that k plus 10 is equals to 18. Then I can solve for k, which is 18 minus 10. Therefore, k is equals to 8. Good. Sound like the 8 win in this case. The 8.
Yeah,
8 win
the
too.
8.
Okay, good, great. Let's proceed. Do you have any questions I can take?
Okay, there's one that you can take now.
Okay, yeah, just let me just get ready where I ended. Okay.
It's from Chwene Lebogang.
Okay.
He says, is it possible for radius to be attached with the circle, but not on a tangent?
It is possible for a radius to be attached to the circle and not be a tangent. Is that the question?
Yes.
Then that tangent, that line is not a tangent at that point. I don't really make sense. I don't think it's possible. If I have a radius and a tangent, it doesn't attach to the circle. Therefore, that is not a tangent. It's not a tangent because a tangent must touch, it implies it touch the circle at that one point. Okay, good. I hope I answered your question. Do you have another question?
Okay, that's it for now, and then I'll get you other ones.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the next question, okay. Find the equation of a tangent again. To the circle, there is a circle at this point. In this case, guys, I've given you the center. This might be given in this form only without the center. Say, find the equation of a tangent. So you have to find the center first before you can find the tangent to that circle. So in this case, you have the center there, and you can verify this. I think it's a good practice that the center for this is 3 minus 1. So it might not be given. You have a circle and the tangent with a point. Find the equation of the tangent. You have to find the center first by completing the square. Okay, good. Let's see now. For this one, I want the equation of a tangent. So I know this is the radius, and the radius is perpendicular to tangent. Okay, so let me calculate the gradient of rad for radius which is y2 minus y1. I'll say 2 minus 1, which is plus 1. Then 4 minus 3. Then I get 3 over 1. So this is the radius. This is the gradient of this radius. But now the radius is perpendicular to the tangent. How do I find the gradient of a tangent? So m tangent. M for tangent is very important, you know, to write this. I like this. I mean, when you write your exams and so on, you find equations with lots of gradients. So we don't know which tangent is for this. So if you say m just for radius and m for tangent, or m for AB and so on, we can see what you're trying to do rather than m, we don't know what is this m for. Okay, good. So m for tan, because they're perpendicular, you just swap numerator and denominator, you get 1 over 3, then change the sign. If I multiply the two, I'll get minus 1. Okay, good. So if we're trying to find the equation of a tangent, and we have a point that lies on the tangent, which is 4, 2. So 4, 2 lies on the tangent, which is x, y. So y is equals to 1 over 3 x plus c. But which point can I sub? Can I sub this point? No, because this point, it does not lie on the circle. You have to substitute the point that lies on the circle. Okay, this lies on the circle, which is 4, 2. What is y? Let's see. Y is 2. X is 4. 1 over 3. Then I have 4 there, plus c. Then to solve c, then I have 2 minus 4 over 3, which is equal to c. Then to do this, I can 2 is the same as 6 over 3. I mean, I can do this. 2 is the same as 6 over 3, or you can punch this on your calculator. This is the same as 6 over 3. Okay, 2. Then I can add, which is 2 over 3 c. Then my equation is y is equals to 1 over 3 x plus 2 over 3. Let me check everything is correct. Good. So that's the equation of a tangent. Okay. The equation of a tangent is, the tangent is perpendicular to the radius. Okay, great, fantastic. Okay, good. Do you have another question, Abrams?
Actually, it was based on, I think it's question 4.
Okay, question 4, yeah?
The mindset says, can you please help me and show me how did you get the gradient on that question?
On question 4, how do you get the gradient?
That's skeletal.
Gradient, you just said the gradient.
Yes.
Only. Okay, the gradient, question 4, skeletal.
Yes, skeletal.
Skeletal, yes. The gradient for the radius is minus 3. Changing one, minus 3, minus 1, you get this. 2 minus that, 2 minus 1, you get this. And this is minus 4. Because now they're perpendicular, you just change numerator and denominator and change the sign since they're perpendicular. Okay. Hope I answered the question, Kaleto.
Okay, on the last question that you were doing now,
Okay, yeah.
Kolego says, I think you left the negative out.
The negative out where? Or
Okay.
the negative out? Radius. 2. That. Okay, this is. I didn't leave any negative out. I see. This is 4, 2. And let's see. Oh, thank you. That's correct. I left the negative out. So the tangent, this is minus there. So it actually will change the whole thing. If this is minus there, therefore this whole thing will change. Thank you. Who got that correct? Abra?
It's Nkululeko.
Nkululeko. Thank you, Nkululeko, for this. So I left the negative out. You can make this kind of things. So if we make negative out, sub the point. What is y? It's 2. Then minus 1 over 3. Then x is 4. Plus c. Then if you move this side, you get Let me write this again. This is 6 over 3. Move this to the side, you get 4 over 3 is equal to C. Therefore, C in this case is 10 over 3. Thank you. So this is 10 over 3. Okay, what did I do? This is 10 over 3. This is 10 over 3. Thank you, Nkululeko. Okay, great. Okay, thanks for that mistake. Let's look at the next problem.
Right, I have more questions
You
for
have
you.
more questions? Okay.
Here's another one from Vincent saying, my question is based on the challenge question.
Okay.
Challenge question. If I substituted the values of center of the circle, then equate the equation to k, since k is constant, would I be wrong?
If you substitute the coordinates of the center.
If I substituted the values of the center of the circle,
Okay,
then
that's very interesting. Let me see. Very interesting. Where's this challenge again? Let's see, that's very interesting. If I substitute the point of the center, if you substitute the point, but no, you know what, it won't. I'll explain why. It won't work. It won't work definitely. What did I do, Abram? Can you check some questions?
all right, let's check another question in the meantime from
Okay.
Snare saying,
Okay.
well, instead of a question, let me take this comment because time might be against us. Matthew Weyer says, I would just like to say that Mr. Wilson Sokana inspires me in and out of the classroom to achieve perfection in whatever I do. He's a great teacher and a great man. So I just had to throw that at you.
Okay, thank you. And what else do you have there?
Question from Snare. In the equation of the tangent, don't we consider the sign for the gradient?
Okay, let me answer that question. The guy who said, can I take, because I have the coordinates of the center, can I substitute the center into the general term and get the k? I say no, because why? The center lies on the circle. It doesn't lie on the circle. Can I substitute something that doesn't lie on the circle? You can't really do that. Okay, great. And thank you too. I skipped something. It's Matthew Vyas. Thank you for that. Okay, thank you for encouragement, guy. Okay, good.
Awesome.
Okay, good.
Another question from Snare.
Yeah.
In the equation of the tangent, don't we consider the sign for the gradient?
Don't we consider the sign for the gradient?
Yes.
I really don't understand the question, but what I know, if you have a tangent and the radius, to get the tangent that is perpendicular to that, you change numerator and denominator and change the sign. Okay. If the tangent is half, the tangent, gradient that will be perpendicular to that is 2. It's minus 2. You change numerator and denominator and change the sign. Okay, great.
Okay, another question from Anati. Can you explain why do you put a square root on the answer of the radius?
The answer of the radius.
Yes.
Okay, yes, good. Because if you look at a general term of a circle, it's defined as x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to the radius squared. There's a radius squared. So if you want the radius, what do? You square that to get the radius, okay? Because it's radius squared, is not radius. Okay, great. And the radius is always positive. Okay.
Okay, Siabulela says, is it possible to be asked to calculate the area of the circle?
Yeah, very good question. What is the area of a circle? It's pi r squared. So you might have to do some calculation. Even the circumference, you may be asked to do that. Okay, great. Okay.
Right. Another one from Matabelo. How do you show a point lies on the circle?
Good question. How do you show that the point lies on the circle? You take the point, you substitute the point, and if the left-hand side equals to the right-hand side, therefore the point lies on the circle. Okay, great. The same as your graph. To test if a point lies on the graph, substitute the point. Okay, good. Okay, great. Thanks, Abram. Let's look at that. We're not there. I think I did something. I did this. I had a last question. I don't have.
Okay, well, you
Go
try.
back. Oh, yes, there's my last question. Okay, thank you. I'm looking. So there's the next question, question 6. Okay. The line defined by this, there's the line, is a tangent. There's the line. Let me write it in the standard form. Y equals to minus 2x plus 11. So this is the equation of a tangent. Plus 11. So plus 11 and P, and this is the center, whereas the center is there of a circle. Then what we have to do, we have to determine the coordinates of Q. So we have to determine the coordinates of Q. There's Q there. So you have a circle, and now we're given a tangent to the circle, then and the center, we have to find the coordinates of Q. So to find the coordinates of Q, what you can do is to find the equation, we do this, the equation of the radius now. And remember the radius is perpendicular to tangent. So you can find the equation of the radius. What is happening here? So you can find the equation of the radius, and remember this is perpendicular to that. Then if I can get the equation of the radius, because why? The gradient, I'm not going to complete the sum, just going to give you some, we're running out of time, how to approach this problem. So the gradient for this, because they are perpendicular, m radius is a half. Why? Change numerator and denominator. Remember, they must multiply to get what? To get 1. Then from there, you find the equation of the radius, any of the equation of a tangent, then you solve them simultaneously, you'll get the coordinates of Q, okay, for that problem. For B, then determine the equation of a circle, you have a center and a point, you can find the equation of a circle. Thank you guys. Okay, hope you enjoy this. Over to you, Abram.
Thank you so much, sir. I really enjoyed myself, and I know the Mindsetters also enjoyed the show. Up until next time, we really appreciate.
Okay, thank you.
Right, last words from me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and all the best to everyone that is writing their exams. Make sure that you guys practice, and whatever that you know, be sure of it. If you don't know anything, ask from the people that know. Keep on believing in yourself, because when you stop believing in yourself, no one will believe in you. We love you, and peace.